So if you remember, we finished up video 17. We're on video 18 with us taking the car for a spin there, and that was coming back. We still had a long list. We had knocked down these half dozen on that list, but there was a lot still to do, and we'll jump right into that now with working on the straps there, the harness, the driver's harness. Keaton's getting that put together, and I am working on something under the hood. I don't remember what at the moment. Oh, and we are trying sizes and stuff. That we have a couple different seat cushion thicknesses depending on the height of the person driving it. But I'm about the tallest driver, so that was throwing me in there to check. And Keaton's right there with me. We're pretty much the same height. But Keaton's getting those straps all in, and then we also have this problem with the rocker panels. They are rotted out, and this was not on the list, but I basically, to hold the hood open, I found the Mustang, the prop rod from the Mustang. Actually, there was a hole I could bolt it right into on the Capri, and it worked just fine. Oh, and then we also have to open up the wheel wells here, so Keaton's working on that. I didn't feel so bad about the rear wheel wells because this was all rotted anyway, and would have had to be replaced. Some of what we cut away on the front rear wells was just fine, though, and I did save those pieces in case anything else is ever done with the car. But honestly, I think Lemons has given it a new lease on life here. Even though there were some modifications need to do it. The wheels have to be covered, and so we're arranging little fender flares here to take care of the fact that Mustang axle is so much wider than the stock Capri. And there we saw Rick is helping out with getting the tires done, and he's also working on the list of things we've still got to wrap up. Now we were kind of jumping up and down on the back to make sure that we had enough clearance and that it all looked good. Now you can see how much rust falls out of there once I cut away that rocker panel, and even the inner rocker panel is looking pretty bad. So we had to rebuild it essentially. We did a inner layer of steel, slightly heavier gauge than stock. You'll see Keaton kind of set that in. We actually had to build it in two different pieces, kind of a front and a rear section. But then he welds that in at multiple points to the body, the existing top rocker panel, top sill, and what we can get on the bottom corner. And then we're using angle iron. You can see it sitting there at the bottom of the shot. Angle iron to strengthen, a piece of angle iron at the top and at the bottom of that. And then and he was working on that up on the lift. And then this side we're doing off the lift because, again, the little bit of the twist the body has in it, we're taking that twist out, depending on which side we're working on. The door will shut properly if it's up on the lift, and one side shuts right and the other side won't, and then when it's down off the lift, the other side shuts right and the other one won't. So we're welding in the new rocker panels, with the car either on the ground or on the lift, so that we put take the twist out of it and both the doors will shut properly. And that's where we ended up. We were real pleased we were able to do that and rebuild these rocker panels, because essentially we were using the cage to to hold the two ends of the body together, and that's not allowed in Lemons. We had to rebuild these rocker panels for stiffness and just safety wise. Now I'm working on hood latches since that engine. It's actually just one piece of pollution control stuff that touches the hood, and if I didn't have that on the engine, the hood would shut correctly. As it is, we had to do these little clips to hold the hood, off the engine slightly and a little bit open, and that's fine. We'll sort out that other part before the next race, but it didn't impact the car racing. And then we finally cleaned the poor car off and cleaned up the shop a little bit. Here you can just see all the rust. I mean, the car just constantly dropped rust no matter what we were doing to it. Showing a little bit of the cleanup here, but then we had to get packed. We were a day later than we had planned to leave to go to Denver, and so we were working hard to get packed, and then we planned to head out the following morning. We weren't gonna be late for the race, but we lost a day where we hoped we'd been able to do some practice runs and stuff. But as it was, we made it without incident up to Denver. And then there was a lot of work to do to get the car ready, one of which is putting the car number and the theme. And we were doing the Capri Sun, since it was a Capri Sun racing team, 24 Hours at Lemons. And here you can kind of see we are still working on getting everything ready for inspection. We still have a laundry list of things to get done, the protective foam on the roll cage, and several other things that we're working on. Some little holes on the firewall we had to tape up. Anyway, we really appreciated the rest of the team jumping in, and many hands make light work, and we made inspection, and we passed inspection. They found a couple minor things with how we had the foam held down, and but we were able to take care of that. Family was there. The weather changed overnight. We were ready to go, but we were looking at a wet start for the day. An untried car. We had driven this car around the block. We had worked on things through the night on the front suspension to try and make sure that it would hold up. Do some additional strengthening there. And now we were finally ready to go. And we have the straw on the back as part of the theme. Capri Sun have a straw. Well, it lasted one lap. And we brought the car back in so we didn't get flagged for dropping stuff on the racetracks. And took that off. And then we just started turning laps. We were not the fastest car. We were, in fact, one of the slowest cars, except on the back straight. We were actually pretty good there. We were not great at pit stops. We would just bring it back in and fill it at the pumps. We would use our own gas, but anyway, that was the spot we could fill it. We didn't try and do it at the pit. We also leaned into corners, and as the day went on, we lost the lights on the right side, so we had to bring it in and use our backup headlights, or these backup lights that we didn't have time to put on, but now they were going to be our primaries, those two little ones, just inside of the main headlights. But they actually worked really well. And once we got the wiring sorted out, you can see that the car could light its own way, and you also can see us catch back up here. That car passed us in the corner. The thing swayed a lot. We had no sway bars on. It was not great in the corners, but on this back straight, we were pretty quick. We were seeing 120, 125 on the back straight. We could catch people. Then we'd have to do corners again. Anyway, we made it through the night, and the morning found us still going. And things drying out a little. So this was a relief. And we were just so excited, but then not really disaster, but we lost part of the exhaust system. We were melting the rear tire. We brought it in, we welded in the pipe, new piece of pipe, and got back on the road. And we were even by the end of the second day there, starting to pass some getting a little more confidence in the car, even though it swayed so badly. Got to know when it would stop swaying and kind of when you could get through a corner with it. It continued to run well. And again, here on the back straight, we were pretty quick. We had good brakes and could outbrake people into the corners, but we couldn't outcorner anybody. So we're going to be working on suspension for the next round. But this is the next day, and we're still going, and we're passing a few people. We just really were just so pleased with the car. There were 6 drivers, and we'd all take about an hour shift each. None of us had any experience race car driving. And so that was another part of the reason we were really slow. But it was a wonderful experience, and we just had so much fun doing it. And the car really was, it worked really well. And we're looking forward to running it again. Here you can see we're hunting down another, I think it's a VW Golf. So that's kind of our speed. What we could pass would be a VW Golf. But there were a few overtakes here, and it also depended a lot on the driver. Some of our drivers, like my son Keaton and my good friend Blaine Udy, were much better at this than I was, and some of the others that was more cautious. But we were able to pass cars, and the car went the full 24 hours, and didn't take the checkered flag
Nice job, man.
So we were not the quickest car by any means. We were nowhere near the top of even Class C, which is the slowest class. We were like halfway up Class C, maybe. But we did get an award. We got an Organizer's Choice Award for bringing the oldest car and so many rookies. And we look forward to doing it again. And of course, though, we had to take a second and thank especially the spouses and family members who put up with us being in the garage all that time and actually came and helped in the garage. And then, of course, all the team members. My son Keaton and his father-in-law Ken. You see myself there in the hat. My son-in-law Robert behind us, who was our only crew. He didn't get to drive, but he did so much to keep us on the road. And then we've got Ryan. That's actually Clayne's boss. Terrific addition to the team. Clayne, my good friend, there to the right of Ryan. And then, of course, Rick. I don't know if we would have made it in time without Rick's help there at the end. We'll do a highlight reel video here soon, but thanks for watching.